right, good morning. The Committee on Parole is reconvening. We're now at Raymond Laborde Correctional Center, and today is Monday, November 17, 2025. Good morning, Warden. Would you and any staff please introduce yourselves?
Deputy Warden Nikki Shinbear.
Raven Heath Classification. Melissa Joshua Records.
All right, thanks for accommodating us this morning. And we have before us Mr. Evans. Good morning.
Morning.
Would you introduce yourself, sir? Tell us your name and DOC number.
Derek Evans, 470-599.
Yes, sir. And you're represented by counsel this morning. Would the attorneys please introduce for the record, please?
My name is William Daniel Dice. I represent Mr. Evans, appearing on his behalf.
Thank you, sir. And you also, let's see, we also have on Zoom with Mr. Dice, Jimmy Murphy and Clara Evans. That's Mr. Evans' parents. We also have here with us today in opposition, we have Mr. Billy Harrington, the district attorney is here, Alice Hardison, Crystalline Edwards, and Ashley Edwards and Johnny Edwards. And for those who've indicated they want to speak, we'll call on them at the appropriate time to do so. First, Mr. Evans, I'm going to read some identifying information into the record, sir, and I'm going to ask you whether it's accurate or not. And then I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Tillis, seated to my far left. Your case has been assigned to him, so he'll take the lead on the interview. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Evans, you're here this morning seeking a commutation of your sentence. You were sentenced in the 10th Judicial District, Natchitoches Parish, January 2010. For attempted manslaughter, you received a 20-year sentence. Then in August 2013, for simple escape, you received a 5-year sentence. Those are running consecutively, so you have a total sentence of 25 years. You do have a parole eligibility date, which is August 22nd of 2030, but your good time release date precedes that. It's February 27, 2030. Is that information correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Tillis.
Good morning, Mr. Evans. How are you?
I'm blessed. How about yourself?
Good, good. Tell us what caused you to be incarcerated and what have you done since you've been incarcerated to better yourself?
I took law enforcement to my own hands. I acted out of stupidity, immature, and I've been taking a lot of classes, just trying to see, what caused me to do it and what caused me to react the way that I did. And I've been able to pinpoint those, different characteristics, the trauma that caused me to act out and do the stuff that I was doing and cause the anger that was inside. I took a lot of classes to better myself to be a productive citizen once I get back into society and be able to take care of my kids.
Which class impact you the most?
Most definitely victim impact. It actually showed me that my actions not only hurt the victims, but it hurt the victims' friends and, their community, a lot of people that interact with them every day. So, it was like very important for me to know that, like the depth of my actions and what they cause.
I see. Warden, do you have anything you can say on his behalf?
As he said, he's taken a lot of programs, a lot of vocational programs and a lot of therapeutic programs. He seems to be going in the right direction. He does a good job for us here.
Thank you so much. Also, we have, I guess the attorney wants to speak last, but we have the father, Mr. Jimmy. What would you like to tell us about your son?
Hello, I am speaking on behalf of Mr. Murphy and Mrs. Evans. They are still at work. We were under the impression that Mr. Evans' case was going to be moved last, so they were scheduled to be here at a different time. and I apologize. Mr. Dice is on,
I'm available to speak whenever the board requests.
yes, and he's by telephone traveling to his next hearing.
Okay, tell us what you want us to know from Mr. Jimmy Murphy and Ms. Evans.
Mr. Dice?
Well, they're supportive of their child. He's been in jail a long time, and he's taken a lot of programs, a lot of counseling, and he's in a position, I believe, that he would be of no danger. He would be a contributing citizen. He'd work, he'd provide income, and for his children, which is important. And he would live in it with his mother and father, and he would do whatever the parole board would require him to do. He has also no problem if the board requests that he have, and of course he would pay for it, him and his family, some kind of monitor, some kind of where he has to be at home, and some type of home incarceration where he has to be at home and he can't go anywhere except church, supermarket, and to be at home at night. And I think that his time of sitting in jail after he's done all the things that he's done to prove himself, and there's no excuse for what happened, but he's trying to rehabilitate himself to a point where he can be not a danger to the community or anyone, and that he would be a contributing citizen.
Thank you so much. We have some people in opposition. We have Miss Alice Partisan on Zoom. Could you tell
Yes.
us? Go ahead.
Okay, I have Miss Evans here, Crystal Edwards. Mr. Johnny Edwards is not available. Miss Kristen Parson is here. And Mr. Harrington, the district attorney, is on the phone where he can speak as well.
Okay, tell us what you'd like us to know.
Mr. Harrington, you want to speak? Mr. Harrington?
Oh, I prefer the DA come
Yes.
last.
I'm sorry?
I'd prefer him to speak last. I thought you guys wanted to say something.
Okay, I'm gonna let Miss Crystal Edwards speak.
Okay.
Go ahead, Miss Chris. You ready? Oh.
No, she's gone.
It's okay. 1 minute, just give us a second.
What about Ms. Harrison?
If you want to do this. Miss Edwards. You ready? Miss Chris, get on the phone. Can you come a little closer? No. Go ahead.
Yes.
I strongly believe in second chances for people who made mistakes in the past, and they should not have to be judged their whole lives because of it, as long as they have learned from it and improved the way they make decisions. I do not believe that Derek is one of those people. He has proved over the last 17 years that when he gets up, he will finish what he started. I do not feel safe with him getting out, and I do not feel that my family will be safe. I believe that he wants to be a family, but we do not feel like we don't want to be a family the way he wants to be a family, and I do not trust him. And that's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Are you gonna speak? Thank you.
What about Miss Alice?
The district attorney's office in opposition of Mr. Evans being released, and Mr. Harrington will sum that up for us. Ms.
All right.
Yes, good morning, Bill Joe Harry, the district attorney. Our office does oppose the clemency or any form of that. Mr. Evans has a sentence that was imposed by the court and has a significant amount remaining on that sentence. I think the facts are important to look at, and that he shot through the back window of a vehicle. And in a statement in the clemency application, stated that it was a non-life threatening wound in the shoulder, but the back of the head is very close to the shoulder, and this could have been much worse with such a criminal and reckless act that he did. And further, I note that in the application, the defendant noted or stated that the victim had forgiven him, and that is not accurate. So we oppose the application.
Thank you so much.
I've got a question for you while the district attorney's on there. He does say in this application, just like what you just said, that they speak regularly and they've all forgiven him.
That is not true.
That's what I wanted to check out, because he shouldn't be having contact with his victims. So that's not happening.
They're saying that's not true. That's not accurate.
Yeah, so if he makes a call up there or something like that, it should be blocked. And
Ms. Edwards said she just changed her number, so he no way of contacting her.
that's good. Okay, I just wanted to check for y'all's own peace of mind that this is not happening. So I want to make sure you understand, Mr. Evans, you are not to contact your victims directly or by third party. Do you understand that?
Mm.
So if you were doing it, don't do it anymore.
Mr. Tillis?
All right, Mr. Evans, it seems like you've been doing a pretty good deal while you've been incarcerated, and that's good. But what else can you tell me about your situation that might help us to give you clemency?
Come from a long line of just childhood trauma. Not having my mother really in my life, just really having a father. So growing up, a lot of stuff I was shown wrong. I didn't know how to really take accountability for my actions. And I see that what I've done, it hurt my victims. I was wrong. I can't change what I've done, but I'm sorry. I apologize. I can't change it. I've tried to better myself, but if I could undo it, I would. Sorry.
I see you a third felony offense. So you got in a lot of trouble while you were young?
Yes, sir.
I see the remorsefulness in you, and I think that's good. And I think you're on the right track of trying to better yourself. I realize too, you can't change what has happened, but at least you're trying to change your future, and that's good. Any of my colleagues have anything they want to say?
I just want to ask about the offense in 2002 for the second-degree murder. It was reduced to aggravated assault. What was your role in that case?
I had got robbed. And I took the law into my own hands. Like I said, I was raised wrong. I was raised, not to call law enforcement and stuff like that. I was raised wrong.
Have it yourself.
I didn't know that until now, by being in prison. I didn't know. I'm sorry. Sorry.
All right. I have no further questions.
I just have one, and that would be, Mr. Evans, why would you state in your application that your victim and family had forgiven you?
Some years back, I was on the phone with Ashley, my baby mama, and her dad told her, if that's Derek, tell him I forgive him. It was years back, like around the beginning of my sentence. I thought maybe we was over it. I didn't. I took that, you know, just knowing that he said that on the phone.
I get it.
Wrong. No, I apologize. I apologize.
I don't see any other questions.
Yeah,
Ready to
please,
vote,
vote.
Mr. Ellis.
Mr. Evans, at this time, with law enforcement opposition, my vote is going to be to deny today.
Lisa Stapleton.
My vote's gonna be to deny law enforcement opposition, and you have an extensive criminal history, that includes other violent behavior.
Mr. Prater.
I concur.
Mr. Freeman.
I concur.
All right, Mr. Evans, today your application for clemency has been denied, sir. Good luck. Morning, Warden Bickham.
Good morning.
The Pardon Board is reconvening. We're now at Dixon Correctional Institute. So Warden, would you and your staff introduce yourself, please?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, Board. Dusty Bickham, Warden.
Donald Cavalier, classification.
Curtis Thurman, mental health. Alvin King, reentry.
And that's it.
Okay, thank you. And we have before us Mr. Williams. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
What is your name and DOC number, please?
Thomas Williams, ma'am, and DOC 332830.
And you have some guests there with you today, I see. Would you introduce your guests? Who are they?
My sister Elder and my sister Marzette Wood Bowden.
All right, and we'll ask them if they want to say a few words on your behalf at the appropriate time. We'll see about it, okay? We also have in support the parole project, Mr. Channing Blake. And then we have opposition, Ms. Butler is here, and she wants to say a few words, and we'll ask her to do so. First, Mr. Williams, I'm going to read some identifying information into the record and ask you to confirm if it's true. Then I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Freeman, seated to my far right. Your case has been assigned to him. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Mr. Williams, you're here today seeking a commutation of your sentence. You were sentenced in December 2000 in Lafourche Parish for second-degree murder, and you received a life sentence. Is that information correct?
Ma'am.
All right, Mr. Freeman.
Okay, Mr. Williams, tell me what happened to get you in this situation and what has changed over the past 26 years that we should consider releasing or granting a clemency today?
Well, met this lady at one of my cousin's house, and we got married, and she was a mental patient and I was one. And we had been going through a lot of changes, ups and downs, getting into it with each other. So I got my check. Both of us was on disability. And I got my check and I went to bring her some money. Then I went out drinking. After drinking, I was on drugs. I was drinking and on drugs, cocaine. And I came back and she was in the room and we was talking and I stabbed.
Okay. All right, and tell me what you've done while you were in prison to make us consider granting this application today.
Well, I changed my life. I give my life to God. I took substance abuse, Victor Wells, and I ain't the same person like I used to be. I never had a write-up. I've been going to classes. I go to church every Sunday. When I be on dialysis, I'm got sugar diabetes. I'm 66 years old. And I got a dialysis. And I ain't getting no older, I'm getting younger. I mean, no younger, I'm getting older. And I'm trying to make it home before I die.
Okay. All right, Warden, what can you tell us about him, and also kind of give us a little history on his health also. I see a lot of mention of mental health and also physical ailments. So if y'all can elaborate on that, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Mr. Green. So as far as him here, he's been at DCI since 23, I believe, due to dialysis is why he came to DCI. As he's mentioned, he hasn't had a write-up in his whole time in corrections, so he doesn't give us any issues as far as that goes. Medically speaking, I have information on him. He is dialysis, of course. He also does insulin 2 times daily. Glucose checks and insulin 2 times daily, requires a walker. He has follow-up from nephrology, cardiology, primary care, podiatry, and optometry. So some medical issues there. And I have a mental health Thurman here, maybe to discuss more on the mental health side of things. Mr. Thurman, would you come over, please? Kind of give him a little summary, what you can. Hello. Yeah.
Go ahead. You got it, sir.
Yes, Mr. Williams, he is on the mental health caseload. Hadn't had any problem that I'm aware of, quite some time as far as, any other issues besides being on the mental health caseload and, taking psychotropic medications. Other than that, hadn't had any issues that I'm aware of, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. So he's under. Okay. All right, so next we're gonna hear from Mr. Channing Blake, Parole Project.
Good morning to this honorable board. Channing Blake with Louisiana Parole Project on behalf of Mr. Thomas Williams. Because of his exceptional institutional record, his rehabilitative programming, and his faith-based programming, we have accepted him into our program here at Parole Project. Should the board deem it necessary to grant him, we're going to allow him to have reentry housing, mental and substance abuse evaluations, and healthcare guidance. He will also be given a reentry specialist to guide him through the reentry process. So based upon these factors, if the board deems it necessary to grant him today, he will definitely be in our care. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Blake. Okay, now we're gonna hear for those in opposition, Ms. Rokisha Butler. Ms. Butler, please tell us what you have to say. You're on mute.
Say unmute right there.
Good.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning.
What you want us to know?
Excuse me?
Go on and tell us what you want us to know about this case.
Okay, well, Miss Regina was my mother. I'm the youngest of 4. And I don't think, I can't get my mama back. I don't care how long he been in there. I will never get my mama back. And he worried about getting out before he died. My mama's already dead. Okay, I'm totally against it.
Okay.
Like, I'm currently going through mental issues because of this. Since 21 years old, when he did this, I'm a mental patient now because of what he did. Okay. So, I not just me, all my siblings, my other two siblings too, everybody has mental issues because of this. All 4 of us. And I'm just, like I say, I'm just against it because my mama was a good person. He know my mama was a good person. She took care of him. She made sure he had everything he needed. And that's bull. He went to bring her money because she was over his check. She had to give him money every month. He didn't have to give it to her. So he's lying.
Okay.
That's really all I have to say. Like, I mean, other than I'm hurt. I'm hurt and I'm gonna always be hurt. And this will never go away.
Sisters.
26 years is not enough for a life.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
took my mother's life. He took my mother's life. Like I said, Regina was one of the sweetest people you ever want to know. Ask him. He know. And those two ladies sitting behind him know too. So
Okay.
that's all I have to say.
All right, is anybody else there with you that wants to speak? What's her name, Ms. Reynolds?
These are the two.
No, sir.
Oh, okay, then, okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, we have some people that's at DCI that wishes to speak on his behalf that wasn't listed. Miss Elda Williams? Okay, you want to come speak on behalf of your, okay, and what about Miss Margaret Bolden? Want to speak?
No.
No, okay, thank you, appreciate you, I should have mentioned y'all were there. Thank you, Warden. Okay, Mr. Thomas, let's talk to you.
Okay.
All right. I mean, what happened? I mean, you stabbed her and then you went in the kitchen and stabbed yourself?
Yeah. Yes, sir, I was on drugs and alcohol, and she wasn't over my check, sir. A place that you borrow money from, it was over my check.
Gotcha. Hey, we're not really worried about the check, we worried about what happened here.
Yeah.
So, so y'all got an argument in the bedroom, correct?
Right,
And that's where you stabbed her, correct?
right,
And then you went in the kitchen and you stabbed yourself.
right.
Okay, and there was people there. Okay. I just
Yes,
wanted to
sir.
get all that straight in my mind. And how old are you now, sir?
66.
66. Okay. What about victim classes? You took any victims classes? I hadn't heard you mention anything about.
Victim awareness.
Okay, well, what did you learn?
I learned the code, and I wanted to get in touch with the family, but they didn't allow me because of my reading and my ability. I didn't go to nothing but second grade, and I didn't know how to read and write. I got in school, but I couldn't keep up. But I got my certificate for victim awareness right here. Where I took substance abuse and stuff.
Okay. All right. So what did you learn about the victim? What kind of impact have you had on the victim's family, your family, you, anybody?
I know I hurted a lot of people along the way, but I regret it. I took a life and I know I can't give a life. And I don't know if my mental picture had something to do with it because I was here in Boston and I cut myself up a couple of times, but since I've been taking my medicine and incarcerated, I've been hearing about him every now and then, but I can control it.
Gotcha. Okay, and then like the warden said, you have no write-ups in 26 years is very commendable. I don't think I have any other questions. Do you still go to AA and NA for your drugs?
Yes, sir. I got a certificate right here.
Okay, so you're still participating. That's what I wanted to know.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. I saw you took a bunch of different stuff, but I want to make sure you're still in AA and NA. Okay, I have no questions, Madam Chairman.
Any questions?
I have no questions.
Let me ask you, how, Mr. Williams, you mentioned your mental health issues. How old were you when you first got a diagnosis?
15, 14. I was in the wreck with my dad. And I saw his head up and hit a can field lump and the international truck. It got the accelerator got stuck and it went down to pick it up and it hit his head and it cut it off. got out with a fractured arm and a head,
And that was your first mental health diagnosis
yeah,
when you were 15 or so?
yes, ma'am.
And so at the time of your crime, were you taking your medication like you were supposed to?
No, ma'am, I wasn't.
But since you've been in prison, you've taken it
Yes, ma'am.
like they prescribe it for you, and you seem to be doing better, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. I don't see any other questions, Mr. Williams. I think we're ready to vote. Mr. Freeman?
Okay, Mr. Williams, I admire you for your, no write-ups in 26 years. But this is 26 years you've served on a life sentence for taking someone's life. My vote today, the DA, the sheriff, and the chief and attorney general opposed. Your family's unopposed, and of course, we have victim opposition. My vote today is going to be to deny. I think you need a little bit longer than 26 years, and you're doing very well there. So keep your head up and reapply when eligible.
Mr. Tillis?
Also is to deny.
Mrs. Stapleton?
And I concur with, Mr. Freeman.
Mr. Prater?
I concur, Mr. Freeman.
All right, Mr. Williams, today your application's been denied, sir. You seem to be doing well. I'm glad. Good luck to you, sir.